Welcome to Advanced Seller Financing Strategies, a practical breakdown of how creative deal structures benefit both buyers and sellers. Here's the scenario. A property is listed at $150,000. A buyer brings $50,000 cash as a down payment. That leaves $100,000 to be financed. Instead of a bank loan, the seller carries the note and everything changes. Why seller financing matters? Banks are slow. They require appraisals, underwriting, income verification, and weeks of processing. Seller financing bypasses all of that. The seller becomes the bank. The buyer makes payments directly to the seller, and the seller earns interest income on money they would have otherwise received all at once. For the seller, this creates a passive income stream. For the buyer, it opens doors that traditional lending closes, especially for investors, self-employed borrowers, or properties needing rehab. Interest rates. In a seller finance deal, the seller sets the rate. While conventional mortgage rates may run 7 or 8%, seller financing is often structured at 9, 10, or even 12%. The buyer accepts a higher rate because the seller isn't requiring perfect credit, a 2-year income history, or a conforming appraisal. Flexibility has a price. On a $100,000 note at 9% over 15 years, the buyer's monthly payment is approximately $1,014. Over the loan's life, the seller collects over $82,000 in interest alone, on top of recovering the full principal. Total collections, $182,000. That is a 43% return above the note face value just from the rate. Balloon payments. A balloon note means the buyer makes regular monthly payments, but the entire remaining principal comes due at a specific date, typically 3, 5, or 7 years out. Sellers love balloons because they create a forced refinance event. The buyer must either pay off the note or refinance conventionally by the balloon date. The seller earns interest during the hold period, then receives a large lump sum payoff. On our $100,000 note with a 5-year balloon at 9%, amortized over 30 years, the monthly payment drops to $805. After 60 payments, the buyer has paid down only about $5,000 in principal, leaving a balloon payoff of roughly $95,000 at year 5. The seller collects nearly $48,000 in payments during those 5 years, then receives the balloon. A total of approximately $143,000 recovered on a $100,000 note.
Partial notes, creating immediate liquidity without surrendering the whole note. Imagine you hold a $100,000 note at 9%, but you need cash now. Instead of selling the entire note at a steep discount, which note buyers typically require, you sell only a portion of it. Here's how it works. A note investor agrees to purchase the next 60 payments of $805 each. That's $48,300 in future payments. The investor pays you a discounted lump sum today, perhaps $38,000 to $42,000, depending on the note's quality and the buyer's credit worthiness. After those 60 payments are made, the remaining balance and all future payments revert back to you. You've converted future cash flow into present capital without giving up the entire note. That is the partial note strategy, a sophisticated liquidity tool for experienced note holders. The complete deal structure. Property, $150,000. Buyer cash down, $50,000. Seller note, $100,000 at 9%. 5-year balloon, amortized over 30 years. Monthly payment, $805. Years 1 through 5, the seller earns approximately $9,660 per year in interest, nearly $10,000 per year in passive income from a single note. At year 5, the buyer refinances, and the seller receives approximately $95,000 in balloon payoff, plus all interest collected. Total seller yield on the $100,000 note, roughly $143,000 over 5 years. A 43% total return, without selling through a realtor, without waiting on appreciation, and with complete control over the deal terms. Seller financing is one of the most underutilized tools in real estate investing. When structured correctly, with the right interest rate, the right balloon term, and a clear exit strategy, it transforms a single asset into a long-term income engine. Whether you're a seller seeking yield, a buyer needing flexibility, or an investor building a note portfolio, these strategies give you an edge that conventional buyers simply don't have. Structure smart. Invest with intention.